Hello, it's Not Bad Cat here on May 25th, 2022 with your weekday Rimworld mod updates and uploads. I'm playing catch up on updates and uploads after the Memorial Weekend livestream, so there will be more frequent videos until I'm caught up. The mods in each video are always based on the time of their release, so none of them will fall through the cracks as I catch up. Let's dive in. There's plenty of prosthetic mods because vanilla doesn't let you replace all the body parts. Yet another prosthetic expansion mod, Core and Animals by MrKociak, adds prosthetics to fill the gaps. More than that, you get a replacement part for all the organs for all technology tiers. Replace hands, feet, toes, and fingers from prosthetic to advanced bionic stages. You'll be able to craft any prosthetic up to the advanced bionic age, but Archotech and Archotech must be found or bought. One tier is biological, where you can turn raw food into a body part at the organ cultivation vat. For animals, you should be able to install most replacements from the core mod into an animal. But for the legs, arms, noses, ears, and jaw, they do need an animal version, which is also cheaper to make. Also, tails for animals and alien races. Why is there no animal versions of organs? Bloat, which I can appreciate. Do you like the Archotech artifacts but don't want all the extra stuff from more Archotech Garbage? MrKociak has released more Archotech Garbage standalone artifacts for 8 artifacts for your colonists to find. From the original, 3 were removed: the Psychic Recruiter, the Cyrus Lance, and the Psychic Animal Trainer. But you do have one new one, Psychic Guardian Pulsar. On activation, it will set a pawn's incoming damage multiplier to 0%. And it will slowly increase back to 100% over the next 12 in-game hours. Now that is useful. Unique Canids Remake by Khaydar is a new 1.3 version of their old mod, but with new sprites. Find the more wild varieties of man's best friend, such as the dingo, golden jackal, raccoon dog, and more. Each will drop exotic dog leather, but the golden jackal gives you a jackal pelt for a social bonus, and the raccoon dog fur has extra value and beauty. Are pawns constantly getting distracted when they need to plant your fields, or hate it when pawns traverse across your colony to your fields to harvest only 3 plants, but half a day later, 3 more are harvestable? Plant Growth Sync Continued by Mlie will synchronize the growth of crops in your growing zones so they should mature at the same time. In the settings, you can change how often the game will try to sync plants and how much plants should have their growth rate adjusted to sync up. A previous problem with the old mod, invisible plants, should no longer occur as well. Mlie has published Please Haul Perishables Continued, a mod that is real helpful when you have a crop harvest decaying in the rain, but your pawns insist on hauling the steel because it's a little bit closer to your base. Pawns will now prioritize hauling perishables and food. Perishable is any item that would rot in less than a year or deteriorate to 0 hit points in 10 days or less. This mod will only raise priority of outside perishables or food going into higher priority storage. Pawns will also prioritize valuable items like silver or big stacks of items for hauling, even if not perishable. If used with pickup and haul, hauling behavior will be from PUAH, but what pawns decide to haul will be determined by this mod. Equip your pawns with a handy lantern by Siki for a more portable source of light that's with them constantly. A lantern can be lit for up to 24 hours before needing to be refueled with chem fuel. Pawns can equip it in the utility slot and can illuminate an area when placed on the ground. To make the lantern, you'll need 1 component, 30 steel, and 1 chem fuel. To refuel or turn on and off, it needs to be equipped by a pawn. You might want to be careful if using it for hunting, since animals will be able to easily see your pawn. Fibercorn sucks. It is not equivalent to chopping trees outside. Your undergrounder and darkness pawns deserve a proper way to harvest wood without going into that dreaded space. Undergrounder's Plantable Timber Shroom by Battle Bear allows you to plant timber shrooms, just like above ground counterparts can plant those leafy trees. Finally, a proper renewable way to get wood underground. Don't like seeing the unnatural mineable plasteel and components? Maybe playing a world untouched by prior civilizations? You can remove them with mods like Tweaks Galore, No Mineable Plasteel, or No Mineable Components, but you also want to grab this mod, No Mineable Plasteel and Components for Mining Outposts by Mystic Felines to hide them in the vanilla Outpost Expanded mod. Whether you call it immersion, verisimilitude, little touches like this can make a themed mod pack more cohesive. Are you playing on a flat map and already scavenged all the ore and stone on the map? Core Drill by Onijecto adds an automatic drill capable of mining ores, stone, and any modded material. But you can't pick what resource it mines. The chances are based on the probability of occurring, the frequency, and the yield, so you can't just mine for silver. Want to change it? Pick up Mlie's Change Stuff properties from the April 9th episode of Updates and Uploads. Onijecto has added drill augments that increase drilling speed or inventory space. You will need a pawn with 12 construction to create a drill, and as the drill digs deeper, you'll get less and less resources. That wraps up the mod updates and uploads for May 25th, 2022. If you've enjoyed the video, come join me in Discord. The link is in the description, and say hi. Tell me about a mod you love.